Stormtrooper twice lined up in rows. Let's go! Reviewing each one with the passion it shows. It's so plastic to metal, he knows them so well. Oh, wow. Stormtrooper swagger, his story to tell. Tune in for Bert, he's the toy expert. Let's go! From action to arcade.
Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Powermaster DREADWIND with his Powermaster partner Hi-Test, or if you follow the Japanese Masterforce continuity, BUSTER. And I love this toy. Originally released in 1988, he retailed for approximately $15 to $20 depending on where you got him. And this is one of two Powermaster Decepticon jets that I picked up very recently, completing my US Powermaster releases. I'm so excited to finally get these guys. So as you can see, Buster here, or not, well, yes, Buster. DREADWIND is a jet, Decepticon jet, done mostly in gray, light gray with dark grays and some teal here for the wings. Looking really, really cool. Now on mine, you'll notice that I am not quite sitting straight right there. There's a little spring-loaded piece right here for the joint, and it seems like I've got a loose screw right there, but to get to those screws, I'll have to destroy that sticker, so I'm not going to do that until I get some repro labels or some toy hack stickers to fix that, but there you go. Looking at the bottom of the jet, we do see what are going to become the legs, although it's not really very obvious. And we do see the the fists of the robot, or the arms of the robot right there. And he does have wheels, so he rolls really nicely, and it is a very cool looking little jet. I have enjoyed this guy so very much. And looking at some of the stickers, yeah, he does need some toy hacks, so I'm probably going to be getting some replacement stickers for him and just getting him nice and dressed up. Here we have his Powermaster partner, Hi-Test, or again, if you follow the Japanese continuity, this is Buster right there. And he's done mostly in purple with the gray arms, the gray legs. And one of the cool things that I like about these guys is their helmets. So since we didn't get them in animation here in the US, we'll go with the Japanese stuff in case you're not familiar. Buster here and his partner Hydra were humans that aligned themselves with the Destrons or the Decepticons. And they had these kind of like these fighter pilot suits with these helmets, and the helmets looked like animals. So if you look here, he kind of has a bird themed helmet. So in the show, where imagine that the bird's beak was open, and inside of the mouth would have been the glass to cover up his face. So his face would have been like inside of the bird's mouth, which is very cool. And later on in the show, Buster and Hydra both, they gave up their humanity to actually become full-blown cybernetic or Cybertronian beings, which was really, really neat. The Powermaster partner right here, Buster or Hi-Test, is approximately 2 inches tall. When it comes to articulation, the shoulders here are on these little pegs that could rotate. However, as with most of these smaller figures, you've got the square shoulders right there, and then so this little back piece of the shoulder would push up against his backpack. As you can see right there, you don't want to put too much stress on that because then that little peg inside could break. So in this day and age, better to not even turn his arms, just leave them straight down like that. And then of course, due to the transformation, the legs can go outwards and the knees can also bend. Going around his back, he's got the little engine piece right there because he's going to become an engine for DREADWIND right there. Taking a look at DREADWIND, he measures approximately 8 inches long with a wingspan of approximately 5.5 inches and height at the back of the fin right there, the stabilizer is about 3 inches tall right there. So very, very cool. Now, these guys do suffer from some very common issues. We'll go over some of those here in a moment. So let's get this guy transformed. We're going to bring this up, and there is that little peg right there on the inside of his leg. That's going to go into that the little hole in the shoulder right there. And that's it. That's pretty much it. You got him in engine mode. And then we're going to plug in his engine right here. Now, these guys, both Darkwing and DREADWIND here, they suffer from some common issues. So with DREADWIND, once you plug him in, that's going to unlock the rear of the of the stabilizer right there so that you can bring it up like so. And you want to watch out for these clips right here. Make sure that those do not break. There's another piece. The more common of the breaks on these guys is going to be with the wings, and I'll show you those in just a moment. But for comparison, real quick, here he is with his partner, Hydra or Darkwing. So you can see what the two of them look like together. And yeah, this is one of those sets that if you get one, you really want to get the other. They really do work well together, and they also combine. So I'm going to show you how the combination works for these guys into their wing cross combination. To combine Darkwing and Dreadwing into their wing cross formation, the first thing we want to do is take the weapons off. Now, I only take Darkwing's weapons off. I don't do it on Dreadwing. I'll show you why in a moment. But cool thing that the weapons do is that they do combine. So take both of Darkwing's weapons right here and you can plug them together like so. And this forms a double-barreled blaster. You can do the same with his. Now, what they tell you to do is to just go ahead and like double them up, and then you can plug them in on different places in the combined vehicle. I'm not going to do that. I am actually going to leave them separated, and again, I'm going to show you why in a moment. So, Darkwing's weapons, we'll set those off to the side. Let's start here with Dreadwing. Of course, we are going to plug in their Powermasters. So, starting with Dreadwing right there, we're going to take the rear back of the part of the jet right here, and we're going to fold this up on that double hinge right there. And then we're going to reach right here under the cockpit, and we are going to pop off these little stabilizer wings right here in the front. There we go. Didn't want to cooperate there and there. So we're going to pop these open like so and make sure that that's tabbed into place. He's pretty much ready to go. So let's grab Darkwing here. And with Darkwing, what we're going to do is we're going to split the rear stabilizer like so. And then we're going to pop off the nose cone and fold it back all the way. There's still a couple more things we need to do, but for now, this is where we want to be. So we're going to combine the jets together, and you can see where these two clips right here are going to go into these two ports right there. So we're going to clip those together like so. And once you have them straight lined up together, we're going to take this nose cone and this rear stabilizer, and we're going to plug these in together. So we want to make sure those are lined up, and then those are going to plug into each other just like that. We're going to take Dreadwing's wings right here. This whole wing assembly is going to slide back like that, and you want to make sure that we're getting it in. Let me slide these forward again just a bit. We want to make sure that we're getting into that slot right there. So again, we're going to slide these back. Make sure they're going into those slots like so, and then we're going to take Darkwing's wings and we're going to bring them all the way forward like that. So with Dreadwing, what I did is I left the weapons in his hands, pointed like that, so he's got those dual cannons coming out from under the wings. And with Darkwing, you'll notice that now we've got these ports right here in the back. So what I like to do is I like to take these and plug them in to those ports right there. There and there. Make sure that's lined up together. That way, and again, you can double them up, both of them, and then you can plug one on here, one over there, or you can plug one on the bottom or one on each side. You can do any of those things, but here we go. Here are Darkwing and Dreadwing combined in their wing cross formation. Just kind of this big, powerful combined sonic jet of sorts, what have you. And here in combined mode, they are approximately 10.5 inches long, and we're looking at about 4.5 inches here at the top of this stabilizer right here. Pretty cool concept right here. I actually quite dig this. It does look a little messy here. That does kind of look a little bit messy, but it's really not that terrible, and it's actually the way that it looked in the Masterforce cartoon. But there you go. There are Darkwing and Dreadwing, or Hydra and Buster, combined into their wing cross mode. Very, very cool. Absolute love this play feature about these two guys right here. Now, as you saw in the combination portion, Dreadwing does come with a couple of rifles, so we'll go ahead and show those off real quick. That's what they look like. They're going to be solid on one end, and hollow with pegs on the other, so that you can combine them together to form a double blaster. And again, you can use this in the jet mode, you can use it in the combined mode, you can use it for his robot mode as well. Now for the jet mode, what I like to do is I like to go ahead and plug them into his hands, like so, because that actually makes for a couple of cool things. Number one, it gives him guns under the wings, which look very awesome. And number two, it makes it so that when he transforms, he does a perfect transformation. He transforms into a robot and his guns are already in his hand, which is really, really cool. So we'll go ahead and do that now. We'll go ahead and turn these around like so, just so that they're ready to go. So again, to start the transformation, we're going to plug in that Powermaster, and then we're going to very carefully pull back and up on that stabilizer wing right there. Now, here is the next part, and probably the most common part that breaks with this guy. You want to make sure before you do this next step, you want to take these wings and you want to slide them back the same way we did for the combination. We want to slide these back, and once you've done that, then you can go ahead and bring these arms up and out. And here's what happens. This little hook right here is going to be inside of this groove, and the reason you want to push these back is so that you have enough clearance right here for this hook to come out. If you try to bring this arm up while they are still forward, this is what's going to happen. You're going to break that hook right there. Now, as you've seen so far in the video, it hasn't really affected my figure any. Some previous owner was not careful, broke that off. It doesn't really affect the figure in terms of transformation and playability, but if you're like me, I got a broken part and it bugs me. You see where I'm getting at. So you want to make sure that you slide those back, then fold them up, and once you got them folded up, then you can go ahead and bring them forward again. So just push on those wings all the way forward like that. So that's where you're going to want those right there. We're going to take these bottom pieces right here. We're going to rotate these all the way down and around. And then just reach down here and open up his heels and his toes. Now we can stand them up, and then we're going to take the entire nose cone of the jet and bring it down. Once you've done that, you can bring the arms forward. And you can do whatever you want with the wings. If you want the wings to be out, you can do that. Typically, they're back like that. You're going to want to, play around with the wings and the tail fin right there so that you can get them in the configuration that you like. And there is Dreadwing in his robot mode. He looks really cool. Again, as you saw, perfect transformation. He transformed with his holding his guns, which is very, very cool. You don't have to do that. I figured I'd do it just to kind of show off, because I just find that very, very neat. Now, here in robot mode, Dreadwing is approximately 6.5 inches tall, so a very good size and scales really well with the rest of the Powermaster figures. Articulation wise, all we're going to get here is in the arms. The shoulders can move forward about 90 degrees, and you can also bend the elbows about 90 degrees, and you've got that wrist rotation, and that's going to be about it. The head is solid, and the arms, well, actually, for some reason, you can bend the knees forward for some reason, but that doesn't really serve much of a purpose. You'd think they would have put those legs in the other way around so you can actually have a little bit of knee, but what are you going to do? And so taking a closer look at Dreadwing right here. Let's see if I can zoom in on his face right there. So very, very cool. You got the purple helmet with the kind of the off-white look of the mouth plate right there. Yellow eyes right there inside, looking very, very awesome. Nice Decepticon symbol right there on his chest. I love the way they worked that. You had that Decepticon symbol right here under the fuselage, covered by the legs. It gets revealed, and then when the chest piece goes over, it still has that little window right there for that piece. I love the engineering there. You've got the turquoise here on the shoulders, going into white arms with the purple forearms and the gray fist right there. You've got that classic cockpit on the chest right there. It really harkens back to the old Seekers. And then you've got the teal and the purple legs right there. Looking really, really nice. Now, there is no combination for them in the robot modes. It was just that jet mode. And that's what I find so neat about this, right? Is that they have a combination for their vehicle or combined vehicle mode. Very, very cool. And not necessarily have a combined robot mode. I find that very, very interesting. It's just doing something different, and I find it to be a lot of fun. So for comparison, here he is once again with his partner DREADWIND or Hydra. So you can see what the two of them look like together. And again, this is one of those. If you get one, you gotta get the other. You wanna have both of those together so you can see what they look like. And let's see, we'll set this guy off over here. And then we'll just bring in a couple of the other Powermasters. Here is Joyride and the Getaway. And let's see, do we have enough room for Prime? I can't show all of them off, even though I have all of the US release Powermasters now. As much as I would love to show off the entire set, I just don't have enough room. And I'd have to do some rearranging of my shelves to get some of those guys down. So I'm going to show you these 5 right here. These have all been reviewed. Well, he hasn't been reviewed, but he will be getting reviewed here very soon. He's coming next. So you can see how they scale and they look really good together. Getting all of these guys all together now is such a cool thing to be able to do, and something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. So let's get these guys out of the way. We'll bring DREADWIND back here, front and center, so you can see him again. Looking very, very cool. Very glad to finally get this guy in hand, and again, to have him with his partner, you know, with DREADWIND right there with Hydra. It's, again, if you get one, you want to get the other. You want to have both of these. And yeah, very cool. Very happy to finally get it. This is an excellent addition. If you're into G1, if you're into Powermasters, these guys are a must get. They are an excellent addition to any Transformers collection. And I think that about does it for the Transformers Powermaster DREADWIND with Hi-Test or Buster, depending on which continuity you want to subscribe to. What did you think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments. Give me some thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share with your friends if you like what you see. As always, thank you so very much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.
To arcade, see the best displayed.